first question I've written down here is a big one, and I think it's something that we've actually covered on the channel before, or on the podcast before, and you probably know what it is.
Yeah.
I'll say it how this guy has quoted it. All right. Do you believe in the paranormal? And when are you pricks going ghost hunting?
Boss!
I feel like we've mentioned this so many times now. We're gonna get to it.
Recurring theme on the channel at this point.
Yeah, I know. It will happen. It's just a matter of fucking the summer. Hopefully, is when it's gonna happen. All right. Yes. We'll say the summer. When
the lockdown is over, we're hoping that we will have plenty of places to go. We will be checking to make sure these abandoned places aren't like coronavirus hotspots. We will be making sure it's all safe before we go.
Yeah, health comes before YouTube. I think that's fair to say.
Yes, quite a big difference there.
Right, and then the first part of the question was, do you believe in the paranormal?
Yes, to put it quite simply, yes. I've told this story, I think, to Kelly hundreds of times about the graveyard. I think we mentioned actually on this podcast the graveyard story. So if you boys haven't heard about that story, go back a few podcasts and watch that. But yeah, so basically, I've had quite a few paranormal activities, because if you don't know, I live beside a graveyard, which is fan-fucking-tastic, and we have plenty of paranormal activities. And my family is quite well, they're not like, I don't want to make them sound like they're like Ghostbusters, but we do collectively believe in the paranormal. I'll leave it at that. Yes, boys.
I've definitely become more open to it. That's my answer to that question.
You kind of have to after a while. Like when you kind of start thinking more, like it's like, I don't know. Personally, for me, like this is gonna be very like philosophical, and so get ready for this, lads. But I simply can't believe that when you die, it's like the turn off a switch. I believe there is something definitely, whether it be some sort of entity or whatever. I believe that you don't fully like die. I believe that your mechanical, physical body dies. I believe that's Jack Grievacz's philosophical rant for the day, boys.
Yeah, well, there's that thing, isn't it, of like energy can't be, was it like broken or destroyed or something like that?
Yeah.
So I mean, by that logic, I would say my answer to that question is also yes. So, but I'm yet to have like a paranormal experience, let's say. So, maybe when we go ghost hunting, something will happen, and it'll change my life forever. You know what I mean? Kind of ties into the first question we had about the paranormal. What is the weirdest, unexplainable thing to ever happen to you?
I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it again. The weirdest thing that's ever happened to me was when I was on Halloween, and I was on my own. My sisters were at a school disco, and I was at the house on my own. Late at night, I had to let the dog out to do her business, and as I let the dog out, just randomly just heard like a little scream or a wail or something like that. Now, I being myself, decided, you know what? That's none of my business. I don't need to get involved in that. Someone could just be screaming out of pleasure.
No, so I was like, I'm not going to bother with that.
As I was bringing the dog in, I noticed there was a light, and the light is towards where the graveyard is. Like like I've said before, I have a graveyard near my house, and the light is towards the graveyard. And I was staring at this light for ages, and I mean ages, because I was trying to figure out what the fuck it was. But I swear, like, another like little wail came, like not as loud, not like a scream, but like a wail, and then the light just goes off.
What?
That is it.
Like, I'm looking at this light, and there's a wail, and then it just goes off. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm locking every single door. I ran and grabbed the baseball bat. I was like, no fucking bastard is getting into my fucking house. But that is probably the weirdest thing that's happened. Dad has said as well that a couple of Halloweens after, when he was walking the dog, he saw a shadowy figure at the bottom of the graveyard, just literally where the graveyard, like gravestone heads are. And he called out to them because obviously, like, what are you doing? Like, apparently that thing just stood there for ages, looking back at him, didn't move, didn't flinch. Dad walked on, and apparently he's never seen or heard anything since.
Jeez. How fucking haunted a place you live in, Miller? Jesus Christ.
I don't know. My house itself isn't haunted. Everywhere around my house apparently is haunted, so...
Fuck me. Jesus Christ. Well, I think I know where we're going ghost hunting, boys.
We're camping in the graveyards.
Yeah, I definitely haven't had anything to that degree. I would say the dream I had was, that I was explained in one of the previous questions, was pretty weird and unexplainable. There was this other time that maybe it was just like my fucking mind playing tricks with me or whatever. It was really fucking weird. It was like I was out playing like FIFA, as you do, you know. It was a couple of years ago when FIFA was actually alright, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty much what happened was I was there playing anyway, and I kept hearing like my sister behind me, that she was like asking me to get her a drink or whatever, and I was like, no, I fucking can't be arsed, like, you know what I mean? I'm playing FIFA. I was such a prick. Yeah, I was like, yeah, she kept asking me, and I was like, look, will you just fucking go away? I'm trying to play FIFA here. And then I heard her go back into the sitting room. And then I was like, I went back to playing anyway. Then right in my ear, I hear her voice going, Aaron, can you get me a drink?
Fuck.
I just turned around and she wasn't there. She wasn't there.
Me, man.
I just say it's one of the... It's a bit unexplainable, alright. Like, it's just kind of like, maybe she was like hiding, maybe she like... But like the fact that she was... It felt like it was really like in there, you know what I mean? Hey!